about Hollis is she's a Bay Area native. That's right. You can tell who we are because we're just down. We're just down. We don't understand things like Los Angeles or the Dodgers. That's what we are in the Bay Area. Hollis is a Bay Area raised writer, performer, artist, and creative producer living in Seattle. As a vocalist, she sings with the indie group The Flavor Blue and features on White Walls by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. With roots in spoken word poetry performance, Hollis is passionate about using art to build, bridge, and elevate. Please put your hands together for Grammy Award winning Hollis!
Flustered after the pajama round. I was backstage. I was like, eh. Before I get into playing, first of all, thank you so much to Hyphen Magazine for having me. I've been reading. Shout out to Hyphen. Make some noise for Hyphen Magazine. I've been reading Hyphen since I was in high school, and just was so excited that there was kind of a progressive publication that spoke to the APIA of us and beyond. And to be honest, when I found out about the Mr. Hyphen celebration, obviously I'm totally into the fact that we're celebrating amazing men in our community and male-identified people in our community, but I was like, I want to be a hyphen, miss something, I want to be a something hyphen, that would be cool. So I decided, because I've been hearing a lot of talk about generations, you know, like what's our generation named, who are we, what's the cutoff. So I decided instead of identifying as a millennial, I'd like to identify as a hyphen. I don't know how you guys feel about that. So we're like the hyphen generation, right? Does that speak to anybody here? I don't know. So I wrote a poem about it. But to those of us who are in the hyphen generation, make some noise. We stand as that hyphenated generation, that dash across the Pacific, across the millennia, the humble conduit. We are advanced, diodes emitting light, sparking, sometimes shocking, bridging, and yet unabridged. Balancing linguistics and broad margins like island hopping, like this is what we were born for. Generation code switch. Generation hashtag. Generation hella tabs open. Generation computer love. Generation okay, Cupid. Stoking our Tinder. Romantically Facebook chatting late into the night. Digital matchbook with a pixelated frame falling helplessly deeper into our hard drives. Generation selfie, because the government is spying on us. All of us. All the time. So we might as well look good in our profile pic. Because Amazon knows what we need before we do, because Google probably knows our social security number, because we have taken solace in our own predictability, so we will instead master the subtle art of cell phone photography, delicately discovering the appropriate angle to which to point our device to land our facial sweet spot. Generation everybody's watching, generation nobody cares, generation nobody knows better than Wikipedia. Generation freelance, free birds, freestyling a career path when the writtens cave in, the latter disassembling itself before our very eyes. Generation rise up with your bad self. Generation I woke up like this. Generation we got this. Generation Obama, for better or for worse, because generation power can look like us. Like hella sexy. Because activists are some fly-ass motherfuckers. That poets can be cool too. That we can author our futures too. That our possibilities vast as our bloodlines go back. Use that hyphen to tightrope the diaspora at such great heights. Bird's eye brilliance, only to zip line down for that grassroots groundwork. We got hops. The atmosphere is ours to maneuver. We got complexities, so worth threading our fingers through. We got a billion shades that we will not diminish or turn down. For what? We shine for us. We shine for us. We shine for us. And now for my next act. So yeah, my name's Hollis. I do live in Seattle. I am a very proud Bay Area human being, a Bay human. And I often perform with my group, The Flavor Blue, and we're an indie synth pop trio. We'll be coming to the Bay Area sometime this summer. And then before that, I was performing in a hip hop group called Canary Sang, and my girl Madeline's is in the audience tonight. She's but yeah, I very, very rarely perform by myself, and I often just don't say yes to opportunities to perform by myself, but I felt like this was kind of like the perfect opportunity for me to open myself up and be vulnerable and play for you all. My mom is also in the audience tonight. And my dad and my brother, but my mom was really passionate about putting me in piano lessons that I could not have cared less about whatsoever, and like was very belligerent and held them in contempt for many years. And she was like, "You'll regret it." And I'm like, "No, I won't." And now I totally do. So I wanted to say a public confession. I'm sorry, Mom, that I never took you seriously, because here I am playing piano in front of hella people. And yeah. Okay, but here I am. So be kind. And I'm just gonna play a few original songs and get out of here. And so that we can find out who Mr. Hyphen is. Oh, and lastly, Retrofit Republic styled me. Can we get a hand to those guys?
Not as
beat under the covers, got your head all out of order, all the horrors that you'll find in your mind. And we're all folded in our ways, keeping the faith, falling from grace. Either way, we're bending down until we break. Every day's another eggshell, every night's another hard sell, and your brain begins to swell. You can scream now, we won't tell, we won't tell. Life keeps slipping by, how long can we hold on? We all go up and down, take a ride, then we're gone. But once you jump in deep, you'll barely see the sunlight, and in this deep you can breathe, but you gotta hold tight, Oh, you're still on the line, reception is fine, and your eyes are wide as open doors. You've been letting the light in, now you're begging for more, and you better watch what comes behind you, 'cause I swear it's gonna find you. It'll blind you in the daylight, it'll take you to the midnight, and life keeps slipping by. How long can you hold on? We all go up and down, take a ride, and then we're gone. Once you jump in deep, you'll barely see the sunlight, and in this deep hole you can breathe, but you gotta hold tight. We won't tell, 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 we won't tell. I think my shoes are too fierce for my pedal. Okay, hey, who's heard of Maxine Hong Kingston? Women warrior. She wrote this book called I Love a Broad Margin to My Life that I read and I loved. And she has a line in there that really inspired me, and I wrote this song based on it. I won't tell you which one it is. It's called Gravity. Gravity. I just have one song left before you find out who Mr. Hyphen 2014 is. Are you ready? We're all so fly and so talented and so enigmatic that I truly cannot tell. Does anybody have like a notion? Do you just shout it out? Maybe? I see what you're saying, but I'm gonna have to wait to see. You know what I mean? Again, you bring up some excellent points, but we're going to need the judge's discerning opinion to really feel convinced that you're right. All right. Shrill is definitely in. That's great. We should be as shrill as possible all the time. All right. Yeah. All right. Some of you.
Got it.
Anyway. I don't know what's happening. Some of you might know this song, and if you do, feel free to sing along. I'm on a 24-hour champagne diet, spilling while I'm sipping. I encourage you to try it. I'm probably just saying that 'cause I don't gotta buy it. Love on my supply it. Boy, I'm on my fly shit. I am with everybody in my past. 'Cause you want me to be, it's what I'm being. I'm the motherfucking man, the motherfucking Mr. Hyphen 2014. Just want you to see, come take a look.